everybody, to another episode of Command Combat Battle Reports. We continue the Blood, Guts, and Glory Tank Aces campaign as American and German forces clash in the Lorraine Valley near Ericourt. Both sides are being scored based on how well each individual does in his battles. There is one player for each of the three pads, green, red, and blue. The players are scored individually and as a team. Whichever team scores the most points wins the campaign, and the individual who scores the highest single points is the top tank ace. Today's battle will happen at the outskirts of Nancy, the third stop along the red path.
The forces are now outside the fog and fighting a regular scenario. Unfortunately, the players rolled the breakthrough scenario, which means that the defender can only have one mobile force on the board. That's going to spell doom for whoever plays the defenders. And it looks like that's going to be the Americans. I tell you, this has just not been a good campaign for Jeff, as he doesn't have a single point in the entire campaign. He did a lot of damage last round, so he's got enough experience to have the skills Cloak of Darkness and Brightest Before the Dawn. How's it looking on the field, Yankee Joe?
Well, the American player decided to have the battle at night, you see, since he gets to choose with his special ability, see? So, this is all going to be dark until we can get a sunrise.
Alright, well this is going to be interesting. The Hellcats alone really haven't been doing it, and I brought in the tanks and that had some problems, so I'm going to bring in some air and see if that can do it. Especially with the new rules, the air can really come in and take out tanks. So as long as he didn't bring out any anti-air, then it's going to be perfect. There's our air coming in right now. So we're going to see how it works with this scenario. The problem is it's going to be breakthrough, and I'm the defender, meaning I only have one tank platoon on the table, and the rest are going to be off. So the air's got to do something, and we'll see if we can hold out until we get our reserves. It's going to be pretty problematic, though.
David Dandridge, meanwhile, has a whole ton of tanks that start on the table. He'll bring 13 Panzer IVs to bear and 3 anti-air vehicles. He's accumulated a lot of points in his 3 victories, so he now has the element of surprise. Did you expect this? And hit and run.
Well, here I am back with our 900-point game. I've got even more tanks. I'm almost feeling like a Russian here with my vast number of tanks. I'm going to have 13 Panzer IVs and 3 anti-aircraft tanks. My goal is to just use my superior numbers to try and overwhelm him. Hopefully I'll be able to pick on one unit at a time. Again, that's what's worked well so far, is concentrate my force, take out one piece, and then move on to the next one. So we'll have to see.
The Germans are setting up all of their forces in the town, and they have a lot of them. Plus, they have their anti-aircraft guns covering everything. This is going to be a hard nut for the Americans to crack.
Meanwhile, the Americans are staying hidden in the woods. They're obviously waiting for their reinforcements.
Let's see if they can do it. He is splitting his forces, sending half through the town straight at the Shermans, while the others are swinging around the side. What are the Americans doing, Skip?
The Americans, meanwhile, are staying hidden in the woods. They're obviously waiting for their reinforcements to come out and do everything.
So it comes back to the Germans. They squeeze in tighter on both sides, moving in to pinch the Americans from 2 angles. The Jumbo peeks out the back and fires at the German command tank, and manages to cause it to bail.
They're on the Jumbo's flank. Meanwhile, they get their reinforcements, which come in and immediately jump on the objective. The objective won't count until turn 6, but it looks like it's already over. The Germans at the ford take out one of the 3 Shermans and bail out the Jumbo. The Americans, meanwhile, don't get any reinforcements, and the Jumbo remains bailed, leaving the job of the fighting to those German tanks. Oh, just one single standard Sherman. He fires but does nothing. In their turn, the Germans secure their position. And they finish off the remaining Shermans, leaving no Americans on the board.
The Americans answer back with air power. The German anti-air fires and chases them away. The Germans continue to consolidate their position.
The American Hellcats at last make their appearance. They race onto the field, blazing away their guns. Their ace blows away the enemy ace. They're making their comeback. The game is on.
Skip?
The aircraft that comes blazing in. It's firing all its weapons.
Skip?
Well, the plane is shot down, but...
Yeah.
And these Hellcats are going to bring hellfire...
The game is over. The German turn starts, and they have the objective uncontested.
Oh! Well, congrats to the German player then.
But thanks to the last-second American ace killing the German ace, the Americans score 1 point as well, so they're hanging on by the skin of their teeth. He's also just barely reached the point where he's getting more experience points. David, meanwhile, has gone off the score chart, giving him 2 extra points over and giving him the ace of aces skill. Let's see how he's celebrating.
Well, that went quite well. And I find it really interesting that our highest pointed game was our least bloody game. We only had 5 tanks killed in that one, but my plan was able to work partially because my opponent's tanks came in so staggered. I was able to bring most of my tanks to bear on his 3 and again overwhelm them, get those flank shots, just pound them, take out that one group, and then move on to the objectives and hold out, and we found ourselves victorious.
Well, I think it's safe to say that that battle didn't go the way I planned. In fact, I think it's safe to say that the entire campaign didn't go exactly the way I had intended. But, you know, actually, to be honest with you, I would advise against using the Tank Destroyer the Tank Destroyer Company, particularly in this campaign, because you can't use a lot of the advantages of a Tank Destroyer Company in this particular one. For one thing, you can't go to ground, you can't do a number of the things that make it worthwhile, plus some of your units are really valueless. So particularly in this last one, I should have used air cover earlier, but that contradicted with my special advantage, which was being able to fight in the dark. And so it's just a number of things went wrong with this entire campaign. So I think I'm going to go and crumble now.
That guy's really taken a beating.
He sure has. Well, that's it for this round of Blood, Guts, and Glory. To see more from this campaign, click on the part of the map you want to see, or to watch more Command Combat Battle Reports, go to www.commandcombatreports.com. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our show and show it on YouTube.
Also, be sure to join us for the Grand Battle Royale, when all the American and German players from this campaign go head-to-head in the Out of the Fog mission.
Should be exciting. Happy gaming, everyone!